Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a delicious and simple meal. It's fried rice with teriyaki chicken. It's a little bit spicy. I make it a little bit spicy because I like spice. So I'm going to show you guys how to make that. And before we get started, I want to remind you guys to please subscribe, like, comment, share. I really do appreciate it, really do appreciate it. So let's get right into it. I'll show you guys the ingredients as I go, and also it'll be listed down below in the description box. If you guys have any questions of if I missed something, I don't really give measurements. If you have any questions about that, just please feel free to comment down below. I'm always available to help you guys. So let's get started. All right guys, so to get started, what you're gonna want to do is get a pot for your rice. You're gonna put the flame at medium high. I'm going to add about 2 cups of rice, just because that's the amount I'm going to make today. 2 cups of rice. And I'm going to add about 2 cups of water. Yeah, so 2 cups of water. So if you're making 3 cups of rice, 3 cups of water, just like that. And then I'm gonna add a couple of squirts of soy sauce. I'm using a liquid aminos just because it's a little bit healthier, but you could use soy sauce. Be careful if your soy sauce isn't low sodium, because they could really make your stuff salty, so just be careful with that. So add a couple of squirts of that, just like that. You're gonna give it a mix. Just make sure the soy sauce is all and what you're gonna do is you're gonna cover it and you're gonna let it cook for about 20 minutes, until the water is evaporated and the rice is nice and like sticky. So let that happen. It's gonna take maybe like 20 minutes. All right, so as you wait for your rice to boil, you're gonna go ahead and start prepping your vegetables that you're gonna put into your rice. You can use any vegetables that you like. You can use broccoli, green peas, you can use string beans because I like string beans, you can use some carrots, you can use corn, whatever vegetable you like you can add to your fried rice. But I'm going to be adding string beans, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut all the ends off. It's nothing too perfect. I'm just going to chop them up small. Remember, this is your fried rice, so you add whatever you like. All right, so now I'm gonna prep my carrots. I'm gonna go ahead and chop the ends off. Disregard the ends. Peel them. Just chop it in half. Slice this in half. Then I'm gonna do slices the long way. Then I'm gonna do one more half because I feel like this too wide. Just like that. And then once you have little sticks like that, you grab them and just make cubes. So then once you have your carrots all chopped up, just go ahead and add it into the bowl with your other veggies. Now what you're also gonna need for your fried rice and the chicken teriyaki is some scallions. So I'm going to go ahead and chop a bunch of it and reserve some for the fried rice and some for the chicken. Take them out. I don't need all of this, is too much. Put the rest of it. So I'm gonna chop the ends off, just because the ends always look a little funny. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just chop into small slices and keep that on the side. This recipe takes a lot of like prepping and stuff, but once you have everything prepped, everything else goes by so quickly. I always like to add some type of meat to my fried rice. I sometimes add today I'm gonna add turkey bacon because this is just what I have, but sometimes I like to add ham or regular bacon, whatever type of meat you want to add. You could even add your chicken into your rice and make it chicken fried rice. Today I want to make teriyaki chicken on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that into another bowl and reserve that for my fried rice. Before I start on the chicken, I'm gonna give the rice a little check. See, now it's all dried up. So what you're gonna wanna do once it's all dried up is just give it a little toss. And this is already done. It's been about 10 minutes. I told you too long. I thought it was 20 minutes, but it takes about 10 minutes. And it looks wet and stuff. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. People like to say that you have to use day-old rice because it comes out better, and I believe that. I just never have the time to do that, so I do it the same day. Leave it topped for another maybe 5 minutes on low, and then that should be ready. All right guys, now we're gonna get started on the chicken. Today the chicken I'm going to be using is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I like to use chicken thighs because it's way more juicier than like chicken breasts. Chicken breasts dry out way too much. Go ahead and take some of the fat off. I don't like too much fat on the chicken. And then you're just gonna cube it up. So cube the chicken. This knife's not working out very much. Just small cubes and throw it into a bowl. All right, now that my chicken's all cut up into little cubes, I'm gonna go ahead and wash it with some cold water and some vinegar. All right, so now that it's been 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and uncover my rice. And you're gonna want to let your rice cool a little bit before you start frying up your rice. So try to do this a little bit before you want to start frying it up. So I'm just gonna leave it open until I'm ready to fry it with all my other stuff. All right, now that I cleaned up my chicken, I just put a napkin over it to kind of suck up some of the water, and then I'm just gonna put this to the side. So once we have that, we're gonna get started on our sauce. So to your sauce, you're going to add about 4 garlic cloves. You're gonna mince them up. I have a crusher, so I'm just gonna go ahead and crush it in. All right, so that's about That's about 4 garlic cloves. Then you're going to want to grate a little piece of ginger. I'm gonna do it here just because it's actually, I have to go straight here. Let's see if it works. You know, scrape it in from the inside. The little pieces you dropped, them in there. A little bit of those scallions, like a handful. Then you're gonna want to add 1 spoon of the chili garlic sauce. If you don't want your teriyaki sauce to be spicy, don't add this. If you do want it spicy, add this. And if you don't have this, you can go ahead and add some red pepper flakes. I'm gonna add about 1 spoon. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some honey. I'm gonna squeeze about maybe like 2 spoons of these. 1. I'm gonna do 3. 3 spoons of honey. Then I'm gonna add some soy sauce. I'm just gonna add it. I'm not very precise with this. That looks good. Then to this, you're just gonna wanna mix it up. And the honey is gonna be like all thick and stuff, but that's fine. And at this point, you can give it a little try, a little taste, to see what you're missing. Actually, it tastes pretty good, perfect. You don't need anything else. If you want it more spicy, you add more spice. If you want it a little bit more sweet, you can go ahead and add some more honey. All right, now this sauce, I'm gonna grab my chicken again. I'm gonna remove the paper towels. This was just to pick up the excess water that it had. Throw that out. All right, now to the chicken, I'm gonna add about half of this mixture. That's good. And you're gonna keep the other half. And you're gonna give this a nice little mix. All right, now the longer you have to marinate the chicken, the better. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into the fridge. So take that chicken and reserve it until you're ready to cook it. That's now to my pot. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on high. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Today I'm using grapeseed oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil on there. And I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil. Now, I'm gonna fry my rice in 2 batches just because I want it to fry up real good. But before I fry up the rice, I'm going to fry up the eggs. So make sure your pot is nice and hot. And then you're just gonna scramble up your eggs. All right, so now once my eggs are nice and fried up, I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. And so just go ahead and put your eggs to the side. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. Like I said, I'm gonna do this in 2 batches. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some oil for this first batch. A little bit of hot oil, sesame oil. And to that, I'm gonna go ahead and add half of my turkey bacon. I'm gonna go ahead and add half of my veggies. I'm doing half because I'm doing it in 2 batches. Fry that up so the vegetables will get a little bit soft. All right, guys, so once my vegetables have fried up and gotten a little soft, I'm going to go ahead and add half of my rice. Just half of it. Now to that, I'm gonna go ahead and add half of my scallions. I'm gonna add a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of ground cumin, then I'm gonna add some soy sauce. Just a little bit, and then I'm gonna make sure my rice is all broken up. And then just fry up my rice. Mix it all up. Make sure the soy sauce is all distributed through all the rice. Oh, almost forgot to add the egg. Go ahead and add half of your egg. Make sure you break up the egg. I almost forgot the egg. And then make sure that goes throughout all your rice. And the goal here is to kind of get the rice a little bit like charred. You're gonna want the little crisp to happen to your rice. And in order for that to happen, you kind of just have to let it sit for a couple minutes, like a minute or 2, and then give it a flip. And then you have the little like crust that you like that I like in the. Now that it's been a minute, it's all done. This is your fried rice. Nice and fried up. So you're gonna go ahead and just take it out and put it into your dish. Now that your chicken is done marinating, I marinated it for about 30 minutes, but the longer the better. You're gonna want to get your pot nice and hot. This is already hot. I'm gonna add a little bit of grapeseed oil, and then because I want it to be a little bit spicy, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the hot sesame oil. That's the same one I use for the fried rice. A little bit of that one. Then I'm gonna let the oil get nice and hot. Mix it up in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken with all its juices. Now you're gonna like spread it out. Let that fry up until it's cooked, right? It's gonna create a lot of like juices. You're gonna want that to dry, all the juices to dry up and the chicken to be cooked before we follow the next step. And you're gonna want to mix it up every so often, just to make sure the chicken is cooking thoroughly. You can use the same sauce recipe for shrimp, for beef. If you want to make like a beef and broccoli, you can use that. The same recipe. Alright, so while you have your chicken cooking, you're going to want to make your little cornstarch slurry. You're going to want to grab like one small spoon of the cornstarch with a little bit of cold water. And then you're just gonna mix that up. Almost there, just a little bit more. In about a minute, my chicken is nice and brown, which is what I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the sauce. And I'm going to add that cornstarch slurry that I showed you guys earlier. And what that's going to do is going to help this sauce thicken up. So give that a little toss. Perfect. I'm gonna add a little bit of water just because it's too thick. I want it to be a little bit thinned out, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water and then just give that a stir. And this is perfect. Nice and glazed. So that's all done. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you guys give this a try at home. If you do, please send me pictures, videos down below to my Instagram. I really do appreciate if you guys send me pictures or videos when you guys try my meals. I really do appreciate that. So let's get to the best part and give it a try. I almost dropped the food. I'm gonna go ahead and give the rice a try. Pretty good. Let's try the chicken with the rice. I like to get chicken and rice together. That's so good. Excuse me. It's sweet and spicy, which I like. It's amazing. And the texture of the chicken is very soft because of it's chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are juicy and soft. If you would have used chicken breast, it's going to be a little bit more dry, but the sauce is so good. Please give that sauce a try with shrimp, chicken, steak, whatever you like, beef. It will be amazing, trust me. I love that little spice that it has. It's making me sweat because I sweat from my nose like this. And this meal is just perfect. It's so good. So next time you guys are craving Chinese food or a version of Chinese food, because I'm not Chinese, so I don't know how to, of Asian food or Chinese food. I am not that, so I don't know, you know, how to authentically make their food. But this is my version of fried rice and teriyaki chicken. So I hope you guys give it a try. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.